Coming up on AgweekTV, we'll look at why dairy production is growing in South Dakota. A Minnesota business is making meat processing safer and more efficient.
A Fargo Healing Center offers help for farmers and others living with Parkinson's.
And one of the region's last remaining water-powered flour mills gets a facelift for visitors. Welcome to AgweekTV. I'm Lydia Bloom. Emily Beal is off this week. The dairy industry is rapidly growing in South Dakota, specifically along the I-29 corridor. Not only has production increased, but technology has advanced with it. We take a look at it in this week's Ag Week cover story.
Wim Hamming immigrated from the Netherlands to Bruce, South Dakota 25 years ago to start his dairy operation. What began as just 300 cows has grown into a multi-farm operation with around 4,500 dairy cows producing 200,000 pounds of milk per day.
We're really happy we moved here. There's a lot of room here and it's just been getting worse in the Netherlands.
Technology has taken off on the farm, from having robots who brush feed to cattle to tagging systems that track each individual animal.
In the Netherlands we milk like 50 cows and I think we have more information now on all the cows, the 4,500 than I had over the 50 cows that I had back in the Netherlands.
But it's not just Hamming's dairy that is growing. Over the past 10 years, dairy production in South Dakota has been booming.
The milk production increased like 60%. In the same time, the numbers of cows increased more or less 33%. So it's in the top 5 states that increased milk constantly, year by year.
However, the demand for that milk has come to a halt.
Last couple of years, all the plants are full, so we're actually waiting that one of the plants, our plant that we sell to is Valley Queen in Millbank. They're going through an expansion, so they can handle some more milk. But if we want to get more dairies here, we need a new plant or more plant expansions to be able to process the milk.
But if more plants come, South Dakota will fill that demand.
Once we get more capacity in South Dakota, then we'll see other dairies moving in, and then we're thinking about an expansion. And I know some other dairymen here in the area are thinking about expansion too, but right now if you build a dairy, there would be nobody who would take your milk, so that'd be not a good situation to be in.
You can read more in the next Ag Week magazine or at agweek.com. A compromise on nutrition programs made during the federal debt ceiling negotiations should make it easier to pass a farm bill this year. That's the opinion of former Congressman from Minnesota, Collin Peterson. Peterson was chair of the House Ag Committee and is the founder of the Midwest Council on Agriculture, a regional farm policy group. He spoke recently at an ag summit in Fargo. The compromise increases work requirements for SNAP recipients. Peterson says that's been a sticking point in past farm bill negotiations and that this compromise should help.
The leadership wants to do this. Not only the leadership of the Ag Committee in both the House and the Senate, but the leadership of the whole House and Senate wants to get this done in both parties. So, we'll have to work through this.
The current farm bill expires on September 30th. The meat processing business has seen some challenges in the past few years. The COVID pandemic really brought to light the need for more processing facilities. Jeff Beach talked to an engineer whose business is to make those plants and other food processing facilities more efficient.
Efficiency is the name of the game, and you've got to have a highly efficient system.
Mark Sickink's business in Fergus Falls, Minnesota is all about efficiency. In fact, he says his company's name says it all. SCR stands for safety, cleanability, reliability.
Reliability and durability is the name of the game.
Sickink grew up on a farm in South Dakota where he got his interest in ag and engineering. He turned that experience into an engineering degree and then a career in food processing, including Hormel in the turkey plant in Pelican Rapids, Minnesota. He started SCR in 2017 with stainless steel tables and stands and then conveyors.
It started both with some large processors and some smaller processors, and like I say, primarily did conveyance and stands and kind of basic stuff to start, and then we've just grown into more automated equipment since.
They now make machines that can lift and dump large loads, and integrating things like metal detectors, scales, and machines with the ability to sort.
We've got a project going now where we'll take the hind quarter of a hog and we'll place the robot that positions that hind quarter perfectly so that the saw blade makes the cut in the optimal place to get the best yield on the ham.
But Sickink says it isn't just about automation.
The backbone of our business is food safety and people safety. Everything we do needs to be with that at the foreground.
In Fergus Falls, Minnesota, this is Jeff Beach for AgWeek.
SCR is expanding with the help of a grant from the state of Minnesota. The World Pork Expo in Des Moines, Iowa gives producers the chance to talk about what's going well in their industry and what they want to change. National Pork Producers Council President Scott Hayes says the industry has seen several wins this year, including the Supreme Court's ruling on WOTUS and support in Congress for some key programs in the new Farm Bill. But he says they're struggling in the wake of California's Proposition 12, which bans the sale of pork in California that are raised in small spaces anywhere in the country. Hayes says on his farm, they have chosen not to comply.
At least at this point, we've made the decision not to convert to Prop 12. It's not better for the pig, it's not better for the people, and it's certainly not better for the consumer.
Hayes says California represents about 15% of all domestic pork consumption, so producers need that market, especially at a time when they are losing between $25 and $40 per pig in the current depressed market.
Coming up on AgweekTV, we'll show you how a Fargo Healing Center is using some unique therapies to help farmers and others with their symptoms of Parkinson's.
For home delivery of AgWeek, log on to agweek.com or call 800-811-2580.
There's no easy button, no guarantees, or promises of a good year. This is farming. It's unpredictable and demanding, with long days and sometimes stressful nights. It's weathering the storms and coming out successful. Farming isn't for everyone. We thank those who make it their life, because it is for everyone.
Some things in life are hard. That's why banking shouldn't be. Cornerstone Bank.
North Dakota is a leader in ag commodities like corn and soybeans. When farmers and Animal Ag work together, we can keep more dollars in North Dakota.
Well, the opportunities for North Dakota on the Animal Ag side is really to add value to our grains that we're shipping out of this state.
We do purchase crops from our neighbors instead of the crops like soybeans and corn and wheat being shipped out of state. They're able to be used within the state, reducing some of those costs to ship those products and increasing the value to farmers within the state.
From adding value to crops to natural fertilizer, it's clear that there are win-win opportunities for Animal Ag and the crop industry.
Diversification on our farm is huge to make it profitable for the next generation and generations after that. I partner with Animal Ag. There's not a dollar amount that we put on it.
Let's keep North Dakota crops at home. Support growing North Dakota agriculture. Visit animalagnd.com to learn more.
Getting down to business on the farm means hitting the office early, making sure your team's ready to go, getting updates from the field, and talking with your management team. At Bremer Bank, we understand the business of farming and how to protect and grow your operation, so you can be sure your present and your future are in good hands.
Farmers have a higher rate of Parkinson's disease than the rest of the population. Scientists are not only trying to figure out what causes Parkinson's, but why farmers are affected at a higher rate. Research indicates exposure to some farm chemicals, stress, and genetics all contribute. As Rose Dunn reports, there is a program in Fargo designed to help farmers and others manage their symptoms holistically.
John Everett comes to the Heart Springs Healing Center in North Fargo about once a week to get relief from his Parkinson symptoms. Today, it's a Tai Chi Cha class. He first noticed symptoms about 6 years ago.
While walking across the farmyard, I noticed my hands tremble.
Everett has been retired from farming for 25 years, but research shows it could be at least part of the reason he developed the neurological disease. In addition to tremors, Parkinson's can cause stiff muscles, slowed movement, and impaired balance. So along with traditional medicine, Everett says he gets relief from his symptoms at Heart Springs. It includes therapy and other holistic practices, including exercise and a healthy diet.
Oh yes, I think it's a great the best thing about it is just to be with other people that have Parkinson's. You get, it's helpful to have somebody else to share experience with.
Jen Nelson is an occupational therapist who founded Heart Springs about 15 years ago when she saw the need to integrate therapies. In addition to Parkinson's, they serve people with a wide range of physical and mental health issues. Over the years, she's developed programs using the most effective methods.
Our goal is to teach you how to use your body in ways that's helpful for your nervous system, that's helpful in calming your symptoms. We want to teach you about nutrition and what are the right foods to eat and what ones are inflammatory that put your body into stress. We want to teach you about your thoughts and thinking. How can you quiet again your body through meditation and other forms? So we want to give you great hope.
Barbara Eden is a physical therapist who leads this Tai Chi Cha class. She says the sooner someone diagnosed with Parkinson's seeks treatment, the more effective it will be.
I think so often people are very overwhelmed when they're initially diagnosed. At Heart Springs, we really are all about hope and healing.
In Fargo, this is Rose Dunn for AgWeek.
Heart Springs is holding a Parkinson's retreat for farmers in September. For more information, you can contact Heart Springs at the phone number or the website on your screen. A small farming cooperative in Rochester, Minnesota, is giving some transplants from Africa the chance to grow their own food. The Village Agricultural Cooperative consists of immigrant farmers from more than 20 countries. It has plots at the Covenant Church Farm. Many of the growers sell their own produce at local farmers markets, but Ben Ongary, who is from Kenya, says he likes growing fresh, healthy food to feed his own family. And he says the cooperative has really grown a sense of community among them.
We like to come and hook up together, talk together, work together, eat together, and share together.
The village is supported by the USDA, the Mayo Clinic, and a group called Renewing the Countryside, so there is no charge to farmers for their plots. Ahead on AgweekTV, a heads up for soybean growers about a yield-stealing condition.
Since the inception of Vatterstadt, the spirit of innovation has led the company. We push the limits, providing innovative and reliable seeding and tillage solutions that simplify everyday life for farmers. We continue to reimagine the capabilities and technology behind farm machinery, providing customers with a perfect emergence while maximizing their yields. We look forward to growing together.
You've worked hard this planting season to get your crops in, with a large investment to match. What happens if they get damaged by hail? Will your NPCI coverage be enough to protect your investment? Martinson Ag can help. We offer hail insurance policies from 5 different companies, so we can find the one that fits your operation best. Don't wait until it's too late. Call the risk management specialists at Martinson Ag today and see how we can help protect your crops and your bottom line. Martinson Ag, the risk management specialists.
Get a jump on next season's crop. Before you put your planter away after the planting season, bring it to the experts at Titan Machinery for a full inspection. Titan Machinery service technicians have the experience and training to inspect your Case IH planter and get it in optimal condition for next season. Get a head start on next season and get the peace of mind that your planter is ready when you store it for the winter. Contact the planter experts at your local Titan Machinery Case IH dealership today.
I'm Peter Bosch. I've been working with Gateway Building Systems for a little over 20 years now. I chose Gateway Building Systems to build my shop because I wanted a building that could both be used for my equipment and as a place for my family to hang out and do things. I would advise anybody that's thinking about working with Gateway to go in and talk to the guys there, tell them your plans and your future dreams, and let them design something for you.
Hamilton System Inc. in Drayton, North Dakota is the North American distributor of the Fantini corn and sunflower header. Both the L03 corn head and the G03 sunflower head have a simple, high-efficiency, low-maintenance PTO-driven gearbox, which eliminates slippage and power loss even in the most trying conditions. These heads are built with a solid one-piece frame and tubular steel construction that will withstand the harshest field conditions. Available in models from 4 to 18 rows, they adapt to any combine and come with a 4-year warranty on the transmission units.
AgWeek Weather is sponsored by Bremer Bank. Connect with a banker today at bremer.com.
Are we headed for even drier weather? Here's our AgriWeather outlook.
I'm meteorologist Jared Piepenberg here with your AgWeek weather this week. More summer heat is in store for us. More of the same which we've had here as we've been continuing throughout June. So the summer heat will be in store for most of the northern plains and upper Midwest. We're going to take a look at the drought monitor, see our dry conditions across parts of the Dakotas and in Minnesota, what it's looking like in the central plains, which is still quite dry and still looks like better shot for showers and thunderstorms will be kind of in the Pacific Northwest and kind of the western side of the Dakotas. And I'll break that down for you here over the next couple of weeks. Here's a look at the U.S. drought monitor. Still very, very dry conditions in the central plains. Up here in the northern plains, the yellow shaded area is the dry. Of course, the no color is where things have been improving. Definitely for parts of the area. We do have some pockets of the moderate conditions and some severe conditions down south of Sioux Falls right now. Let's check out the upper air flow pattern coming up here. Most of the month we've had this ridge in place, which will still hold in place here as we head throughout the day ahead into the first part of the work week. But we're going to be tracking a big dip in the upper atmosphere across the Pacific Northwest, bringing some wet weather across Portland, Vancouver area, and then across the higher elevations just off toward our west. And that pattern will bring a few waves of energy across the northern plains and parts of the upper Midwest as well, which could bring some scattered showers and storms. But the general pattern here is still holding on to some of that heat for this next week. All right, precipitation outlook. This is the 6 to 10 day outlook. So this week coming up here, we'll be looking at that upper level dip in the atmosphere, bringing the wet weather across the Pacific Northwest. And that does kind of bleed into parts of our area as well. And just east of us, still expecting some dry conditions. There's a jet down toward the south, grabbing some of that Gulf moisture, keeping some of those Gulf Coast states a little bit wetter, while it'll be a little bit drier down near Texas and the southern parts of the plains. Here's a little closer view of home here with that 6 to 10 day outlook with a little better shot on the western side of the Dakotas. Maybe have above average precipitation coming up here in that 6 to 10 day outlook. Otherwise, more of the same. This has looked identical here for all of the month with above average temperatures for the 6 to 10 day outlook. A little bit cooler with that dip off across the west coast and a little cooler across the Atlantic coastline as well. Temperature outlook going into next week. This is almost identical as well, with above average temperatures here in the northern plains and upper Midwest to be expected. We've had a lot of 80s and 90s, and looks like more of that will be in store here as we head toward the later part of the month. Precipitation outlook here for next week, still looking fairly similar, with just above average precipitation, just looking a little bit more likely, and that does include parts of our area. And this looks very similar to our setup here that we have going on this coming week. All right, precipitation outlook for the month of June, it's held pretty strong with above average precipitation outlook across parts of the higher elevations, a little drier across the Great Lakes, although we have had some showers and storms. And I'm still thinking for the rest of the month of June here, we'll end up staying quite warm for parts of the northern plains and upper Midwest.
The Crary Revolution Ditcher is the new standard for surface water management. The Revolution Ditcher leaves a smooth finished 5-foot flat bottom cut and cuts up to 10 inches in one pass. Throw dirt in either direction, up to 165 feet. Now with the hydraulic cross auger to break up dirt and keep you working faster. Check out the Revolution Ditcher at crary.com.
Getting down to business on the farm means hitting the office early, making sure your team's ready to go, getting updates from the field, and talking with your management team. At Brimmer Bank, we understand the business of farming and how to protect and grow your operation so you can be sure your present and your future are in good hands.
The team at North Star Ag is committed to quality and committed to you. We're not just a full-service dealer, we're farmers too, so we know you need the best machinery and services that'll keep you going all season long. We have the largest equipment inventory in the upper Midwest with a well-equipped parts and service department. So whether you need machinery tomorrow or parts today, stop in and experience what North Star Ag can offer on our website at northstar-ag.com or give us a call at 701-361-4790.
There's no easy button, no guarantees, or promises of a good year. This is farming. It's unpredictable and demanding, with long days and sometimes stressful nights. It's weathering the storms and coming out successful. Farming isn't for everyone. We thank those who make it their life, because it is for everyone.
The team at North Star Ag is committed to quality and committed to you. We're not just a full-service dealer, we're farmers too, so we know you need the best machinery and services that'll keep you going all season long. We have the largest equipment inventory in the upper Midwest with a well-equipped parts and service department. So whether you need machinery tomorrow or parts today, stop in and experience what North Star Ag can offer on our website at northstar-ag.com or give us a call at 701-361-4790.
AgweekTV Soy Insight, brought to you by the North Dakota Soybean Council.
Iron deficiency chlorosis was a big problem for the 2022 soybean crop, and it may be again this year. On this month's Soy Insight, we talk about what to look for in soybean fields and what to do if you find it.
Joining me now is Jay Goose, who recently retired from the NDSU Plant Sciences Department, and he spent the last 25 years specializing in IDC in soybeans. The 2023 crop has just been planted. What's the outlook for the season?
My outlook for 2023 is, well, it was a late start to the spring, but and it's been dry. So that might say that chlorosis might not be as severe in 2023, but the other factor is when you have long dry spells, salts move up and salinity intensifies chlorosis. And in any case, all it takes is a big dump of rain in June or July and the soybeans will turn yellow on certain types of land.
When might growers expect to start seeing signs of IDC?
If the soybeans come up and in the first trifoliate they are starting to turn yellow, that is a critical situation. And a farmer needs to stream on a rescue treatment of iron fertilizer. If by the second or third trifoliate, if the growing point is injured, the crop is almost nearly always lost.
And although you're retired, you're still quite involved with IDC work.
I am. My retirement project does involve iron deficiency chlorosis. I have my own small research project and I'm looking at rescue treatments. What happens when what the farmer does isn't good enough, and how to rescue a crop that's suffering IDC.
Well, all right. I'm sure we'll be hearing more from you. Thanks for joining us today,
thank you.
Dr. Jay Goose.
For more information about treating IDC, you can contact your county agent. Up next on AgweekTV, an old water-powered flour mill gets new life.
The Prairie Revolution Ditcher is the new standard for surface water management. The Revolution Ditcher leaves a smooth finished 5-foot flat bottom cut and cuts up to 10 inches in one pass. Throw dirt in either direction, up to 165 feet. Now with the hydraulic cross auger to break up dirt and keep you working faster. Check out the Revolution Ditcher at prairie.com.
You've worked hard this planting season to get your crops in, with a large investment to match. What happens if they get damaged by hail? Will your NPCI coverage be enough to protect your investment? Martinson Ag can help. We offer hail insurance policies from 5 different companies, so we can find the one that fits your operation best. Don't wait until it's too late. Call the risk management specialists at Martinson Ag today and see how we can help protect your crops and your bottom line. Martinson Ag, the risk management specialists.
Since the inception of Vaderstad, the spirit of innovation has led the company. We push the limits, providing innovative and reliable seeding and tillage solutions that simplify everyday life for farmers. We continue to reimagine the capabilities and technology behind farm machinery, providing customers with a perfect emergence while maximizing their yields. We look forward to growing together.
Get a jump on next season's crop. Before you put your planter away after the planting season, bring it to the experts at Titan Machinery for a full inspection. Titan Machinery service technicians have the experience and training to inspect your Case IH planter and get it in optimal condition for next season. Get a head start on next season and get the peace of mind that your planter is ready when you store it for the winter. Contact the planter experts at your local Titan Machinery Case IH dealership today.
Getting down to business on the farm means hitting the office early, making sure your team's ready to go, getting updates from the field, and talking with your management team. At Bremer Bank, we understand the business of farming and how to protect and grow your operation so you can be sure your present and your future are in good hands.
An old flour mill in west central Minnesota is up and running again. Phelps Mill was built 130 years ago on the Otter Tail River when wheat was the main cash crop in the state. It was one of about 1,000 mills operating in the state in the late 1800s, but business slowly trickled off as steam, gas, and electricity more efficiently made flour. The mill closed in 1939. It has been a tourist destination since 1965. Recent renovations now allow people to go back inside and learn about how it operated after the building was closed in recent years due to maintenance needs. The county is also working to preserve the nearby dam, general store, and miller's house. The group Friends of Phelps Mill has installed displays explaining the process and machinery, and they provide guided tours. They're also trying to bring national recognition to the site.
It's a part of our history. And there's so very few places like this remaining. And that's why it's unique.
It's unique for me because my grandfather brought his wheat here and he used to talk about it.
The park is open every day until October 31st. The annual Phelps Mill Festival is the second weekend in July, and an ice cream social and band concert are held every August. Stories you'll only see on AgWeek.com and in AgWeek magazine this week. Researchers are looking at what crops are best suited for renewable fuels. And the Beagle Brigade uses their noses to help protect U.S. agriculture. We appreciate you watching AgWeek TV. Remember to check us out daily on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok to keep up on all your ag news. Have a wonderful week, everyone.